In the abyss of interstellar night, there stands no beacon except one. Upon a lonely fragment of rock drifting through the endless dark, humanity left a single lighthouse. Its flame was not of fire, but of memory. The keeper of this flame was Aelra, a woman born centuries after the last human ship disappeared into oblivion. She tended the lighthouse as if it were sacred. Within its crystal heart burned recordings of laughter, voices, and stories, fragments of earth. Every cycle, she climbed the iron stairs, polished the ancient glass, and whispered names she had never known. One night, as the flame pulsed weak and dying, she felt something impossible, a whisper from beyond. It said, "The dark is listening. Do not let it win." Aelra's heart pounded. The flame was more than a memory. It was a call, and she, the keeper of ashes, would answer. To restore the flame, Aelra could not remain. She carried the lantern of memory across the void, guided only by faint signals older than her bloodline. Her vessel was fragile, patched with steel bones and sails of light. Yet within it she felt the presence of voices, the ancestors stored in the lighthouse crystal. They sang to her in dreams, taught her forgotten songs of courage. She was not alone. But the void was not silent. Across black oceans moved shadow leviathans, entities older than galaxies. They fed on memory, seeking to extinguish the last human flame. In her first encounter, she lit the lantern and sang. Her voice carried the resonance of billions. The leviathan recoiled, shrieking in a silence that tore the stars. For the first time, Aelra realized the truth. The flame was not just memory. It was a weapon of hope. Her journey brought her to a world long dead, its surface a mosaic of glass and ruins. At its center lay the Forgotten Throne, a construct built by the first exiled humans. Here Aelra learned of their last pact. To pass the throne's trial, the keeper must pour her soul into the flame. If she faltered, both flame and memory would vanish forever. Visions assaulted her, wars, betrayals, the downfall of empires. Humanity was not innocent. They had burned as much as they had built. Kneeling before the throne, Aelra wept. How can I carry their light when it was never pure? And then a voice rose from within the crystal. Because we were imperfect, and still we dreamed. Through tears she stood and placed her hand on the throne. The flame surged, greater than it had ever been, casting a light across systems. The leviathans howled in retreat. With the throne's blessing, Aelra returned to the void. Her vessel transformed, its sails blazing with starlight, carrying the flame not as a fragile memory, but as an eternal beacon. Everywhere the light touched, forgotten stations stirred. Other sentinels, other lighthouses long cold, reignited. And in the silence of infinite dark, civilizations long extinct whispered once more. Aelra placed the crystal at the heart of the lighthouse, now burning with a brilliance that no shadow could consume. She stood at the balcony, watching the flame rise into the void like a new sun, and softly she spoke. "We are here. We were always here, and we will always be." Beyond the edge of galaxies, the leviathans vanished, and in their place the stars themselves seemed to lean closer, as if listening. The Keeper of Ashes had become the Keeper of Eternity, and the lighthouse would never fade again.